My boyfriend locked me in his car for 2 hours during his sister's wedding because, and I quote, "My family doesn't need to see your pathetic face or that hideous dress." He even took my phone and walked away, like I was some embarrassing mistake he needed to hide. I had spent 2 whole months saving for a thoughtful wedding gift. When he finally let me in, he introduced me as just a friend while winking at the bridesmaids. I smiled like it didn't shatter something inside me. Weeks later, he left me 41 desperate voicemails. I'd been dating Derek for 9 months, and honestly, I thought we were doing fine. Not soulmate level perfection or anything, but definitely real relationship potential. But yesterday, at his sister's wedding, the disaster waiting in the shadows of our relationship finally exploded. So let me rewind to how we met, because it explains why this betrayal hurt so much. We met in this weirdly cinematic, must be fate kind of way. I was at an art exhibit, one of those trendy night viewings they host annually. The event was crazy packed because some company where Derek works was sponsoring it, and they were premiering this new projection tech. Right in the middle, a thunderstorm knocked the power out. Everything went pitch black except for scattered phone flashlights. I was fumbling toward the exit when someone ran straight into me. That someone. Derek. He apologized and helped me find the bathroom so I could fix my dislodged contact lens. Once the power came back, we spent hours talking in the exhibit cafe. He said the way the emergency lights hit my face was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. I mean, seriously, who says that? And of course, my hopelessly romantic brain melted on the spot. Flash forward to yesterday, Melissa's wedding. I'd never met his family, not once. And looking back, that should have been red flag number 1. He always had reasons. Too busy, too far, too much going on. His sister's wedding, his mom's schedule, you name it. But finally, the stars aligned. I was going to meet them. At the wedding. I spent literal weeks hunting for the perfect dress. Nothing too flashy but classy enough to make a killer first impression. I finally chose this dusty rose midi dress with delicate silver floral embroidery. It felt symbolic, sweet, soft, like the way we met. I took my time with my makeup. I wore the silver necklace Derek gave me for our 6-month anniversary and brought the wedding gift. Melissa and her fiancé Tyler are hardcore anime fans. They'd mentioned dreaming of a honeymoon in Japan. I saved for 2 solid months to contribute to their honeymoon fund. I packaged $1,500 in Japanese yen and a Kyoto tea ceremony voucher inside a hand-painted cherry blossom wooden box. Derek said it was over the top, but I just wanted to make a good impression. Wedding day comes. Derek picks me up. He's tense, but I chalk it up to wedding stress. We're headed to this beautiful garden venue an hour outside the city, when Derek starts throwing passive-aggressive shade at my dress. That's the dress? Isn't it? A bit much? My family's very traditional, he mutters. I feel my nerves spike, but I spent weeks on this look, and honestly, I looked good. The wedding starts at 3. We arrive at 2:30. Derek parks way in the back behind some trees. Then he drops the bomb on me. I need you to stay in the car, he says. Wait, what? I laugh, thinking he's joking. Nope, not a joke. His face tightens. My family's particular. I gotta prep them before I bring you in. I'm confused. Wait, they know I exist, right? We've been together for 9 months. I ask questions. He explodes. My family doesn't need to see your pathetic face or that disgusting dress. Just stay here. I'm frozen. Before I can respond, he yanks my purse, snatches my phone, and slams the door. I try the handle. It's locked. He used the key fob. I'm locked inside. Through the windshield, I watch him disappear with my phone and the wedding gift I sacrificed 2 months to afford. I sit in stunned silence. Did my boyfriend just trap me in a car and take my phone? Is this real life? The car turns into an oven. It's June. No breeze. I try the doors again. Still locked. I slam the horn. Nothing. We're parked in isolation. And if someone hears, no one cares. 2 hours. I sat, boiling, crying, disbelieving. The wedding ceremony happened. Without me. My mascara melted into black streaks on my cheeks. I almost smashed a window, but his car is his only asset. My brain whispered, "Don't be dramatic. Maybe there's a reason." Looking back, I should have broken the damn glass. Finally, he returns. Calm, casual, like I hadn't been imprisoned. He unlocks the door and says, "They're ready for you now." I have no words. My makeup is wrecked. I'm drenched in sweat. My hair's a bird's nest. My dress? A wrinkled mess. Still in shock, I climb out and ask for my phone. Later, he says. My brain is still trying to rationalize. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Maybe his family's ultra-traditional, and he freaked out. Maybe there's something he's not telling me. I start building a wall of excuses in my mind, brick by brick, and I follow him into the reception like nothing happened. We enter this dreamy reception tent. Fairy lights, flowers, music. Melissa is glowing in white. Derek walks me toward her and Tyler, and I fake my best smile while feeling like I've been thrown out with the trash. And then, he drops the dagger. "Hey sis, this is Jenna. She's just a coworker, just a friend. After 9 months, after everything. The silver necklace I'm wearing, the 31 nights at my place, Christmas with my family, all erased in one line. Just a friend." Then he winks. At the bridesmaid. She giggles, winks back. I feel like I've stepped into some twisted parallel universe. Melissa looks puzzled but offers a polite smile. "Nice to meet you." Then she turns away. Friend from work becomes my official name that night. Always said with that same detached, dismissive smirk. Always scanning the room like he was waiting for someone better to show up. I smiled, stayed polite, said all the expected things. What else could I do? Cause a scene? Scream in the middle of their wedding? He'd just locked me in a car for 2 hours, then paraded me past the cake table like nothing happened. I'm writing this the morning after the wedding. I finally got my phone back, and Derek dropped me off like the night was some romantic success. He actually leaned in for a goodnight kiss. I turned my face. He didn't even flinch. The gift I slaved over? Sitting anonymously with the rest at Melissa and Tyler's? Derek didn't even say it was from me. I haven't slept. My brain keeps hitting rewind, scanning for signs I should have seen. Was the whole relationship one long performance? Was I just the placeholder until someone shinier came along? I don't know what move to make next. I want to confront him, but I want to do it right. Part of me wants to text Melissa and blow this wide open. The other part wants to ghost him into oblivion. Any advice would help. My brain gremlins are doing laps, and I'm pretty sure this relationship just imploded, spectacularly. It's been 4 days since the wedding from hell, and things have shifted. I ignored every text Derek sent. He sent his usual, "Good morning, beautiful," like he didn't trap me in a car then downgrade me to coworker. The sheer audacity is mind-boggling. It's like he lives in a reality where empathy and logic took a permanent vacation. I needed space before confronting him, so I called in sick. Perks of working remote. No one can say if these swollen eyes are from a cold or a full-blown relationship meltdown. I couldn't stop thinking about that wedding gift, lost in their house, detached from my name. $1,500 saved through ramen lunches, side gigs, and saying no to cafe writing days. Plus that Kyoto tea experience I hunted for weeks, all wrapped in that hand-painted cherry blossom box. I'm not rich, not even close. I'm a content writer. Some months' rent is a miracle. That gift? A sacrifice. Also, his family might see me as worthy. Clearly, my judgment deserves a standing ovation. So I spent the day crafting a plan. Then Derek just showed up. No warning, with takeout from my favorite place, like nothing ever happened. I opened the door, tears dried on my cheeks, and he had the audacity to look confused. "What's wrong with you?" he asked, pushing past me like he owned the place. I asked him point blank why he locked me in his car and downgraded me to just a friend. His answer? Buckle up. He said his ex was there, the bridesmaid, the one who winked. Shocking, right? They dated for 2 years, broke up a year ago. She dumped him, and he didn't want to look like he downgraded. Less impressive. I asked what that meant. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "You know what I mean. Alyssa's rich. Her dad golfs with mine. You're cute, but not really country club material." I'm shaking again just typing this. Then he says, "Brace yourself." This was a compliment, because he's dating down and still choosing me. That I should feel lucky he sees past my basic job and modest apartment. And the whole time, he's laying out takeout like we're about to have a romantic dinner. I was too stunned to even yell. It felt like I was watching a nature doc. Narrator calmly admiring the snake devouring its prey whole. I asked him about the wedding gift. His response? "Oh, I said it was from me." Melissa was impressed. "Honestly, it would have been overkill coming from you. Could have made you look desperate." That was the snap. Something inside me clicked. Suddenly, everything made perfect sense. I looked him in the eye and calmly told him to leave. He looked confused, like he was the victim. "Why are you being so emotional?" "I'm just honest. Most guys wouldn't even date someone like you." I opened the door and silently pointed to the hallway. He finally realized I was serious, grabbed his takeout like a parasite clinging to scraps, and left, mumbling that I was being dramatic and that I'd call him once I came to my senses. The second he left, calm washed over me, like quiet after a storm surge, and for the first time in days, I knew exactly what to do. I spent the next day in full reconnaissance mode. I found Melissa's social profile. Turns out she and Tyler were in town for 1 more week, before their short pre-honeymoon getaway. The real honeymoon would come later. I also tracked down Derek's parents' address. He'd mentioned the area once. But the best part? Melissa posted about a family dinner happening tomorrow night. A thank you dinner for wedding guests. Perfect setting for the finale of my quiet little revenge. The next 3 days were a lesson in self-control. Derek kept texting, escalating like clockwork. First confused. "Are you still mad?" Then annoyed. "Silent treatment? Really?" Then angry. "Fine, be that way." Then desperate. "Please talk to me. I miss you." I replied just enough to keep him from showing up. "I need space." Still thinking, "We'll talk." Meanwhile, I hit the bank, pulled out another $1,500. I couldn't afford it, but this wasn't about money anymore. It was about dignity. I exchanged it for yen at a specialty place downtown. Got a new wooden box, not as fancy as the first, but elegant enough. I even managed to rebook the exact same Kyoto tea experience. I basically rebuilt the entire wedding gift from scratch. It wiped out my savings, but some things are worth more than cash. Yesterday was Derek's family's post-wedding dinner. I wasn't invited, obviously, but I had plans. I texted Derek asking if we could talk. He instantly agreed, relieved I was finally being reasonable. I suggested a cozy cafe 15 minutes from his parents' place. At exactly 5 p.m., knowing dinner was at 7, he arrived, smug and unsuspecting. I was already seated, calm, 2 coffees on the table, new gift box beside me. The conversation was short and surgical. I asked if he grasped why what he did at the wedding hurt. He tossed out a half-hearted apology, something about stress, his ex, blah blah, and insisted I was overreacting. Then his eyes landed on the box. "What's that?" he asked. "A wedding gift for your sister," I said. "Since you stole credit for mine, I made a new one." He actually laughed. "You're kidding. You gonna ship it to her or something?" I smiled. "Number, I'm delivering it in person, right now." His face? Instant color drain. "What are you talking about?" he stammered. "I know about the dinner tonight. I'm dropping by. Time to introduce myself properly." He started spiraling. "You can't do this. My family won't get it. You'll embarrass me." That's when I delivered the line I'd rehearsed in my head 100 times. "I'm not going to humiliate you, Derek. You already did that yourself. I'm just telling the truth." I stood, picked up the box, and walked out. He chased after me, whiplashing between threats and begging. But I was in my Uber before he could reach me. As we pulled off, I saw him frantically calling, probably warning his family. Too little, too late. My Uber dropped me at his parents' house at 5:45 p.m. sharp, early enough that not everyone had arrived yet, but late enough that Melissa and Tyler were definitely inside. I knocked on the door, gift in hand, heart thudding like a drum. A woman, clearly Derek's mom, opened the door. She looked politely confused. "Can I help you?" she asked. "I'm here to see Melissa. I have something for her," I said. From inside, I heard Melissa call out, "Who is it?" Then she appeared in the doorway. Recognition flickered across her face. "You're the friend from the wedding." I smiled. "That's exactly what I came to clear up." Mrs. Brooks stepped aside and let me in. The house was warm, full of family photos. I could smell dinner cooking. Tyler was setting the table. An older man, Derek's dad, I assumed, watched TV nearby. Melissa guided me to a quiet corner. I handed her the gift box. "This is for you and Tyler. Congratulations." She looked surprised. "Thank you, and, sorry, what was your name again?" "Jenna, and I'm not Derek's coworker." Time to drop the truth. I took a breath and unloaded the whole truth. We'd been dating for 9 months. He locked me in his car during her wedding, took my phone, then paraded me as just a friend all evening, while flirting with his ex, Alyssa, the bridesmaid. Melissa's face morphed. Confusion, disbelief, then horror. "No way," she whispered. "Derek wouldn't, he couldn't." But when I brought up the Oriolissal wedding gift, she froze, the one Derek claimed as his own. Her eyes went wide. "The Japan trip gift? With the tea ceremony? That was you?" I nodded and told her how I saved for 2 months to make it happen. I handed her my phone, photos of me exchanging currency, picking out the Oriolissal box at a tiny artisan shop. Proof. I don't get it," she murmured. "Derek said he spent weeks planning that gift. He told this whole story about learning Japanese traditions because of our love for anime." "That wasn't him," I said, calm but cold. "That was me. I researched the customs. I found the tea set. I hired the calligrapher who wrote your names in kanji." She stared at the box in her hands, an exact replica of what she thought was Derek's idea. "I couldn't let you believe it came from him. You deserved to know the truth." By then, Tyler had drifted over, picking up the tension. Melissa filled him in quickly, her voice rising with every sentence. Tyler clenched his fists. "I knew that gift didn't feel right," he muttered. "Derek always mocked our Japan trip. Suddenly he's into tea sets?" He's always laughed at us for watching anime. That's when the door slammed open. Derek burst in, gasping for air. He froze when he saw me, with the gift open on the table. "What the hell are you doing here?" he barked. Melissa stood up before I could speak. "Did you really lock your girlfriend in the car during my wedding?" she asked, voice sharp. Silence, complete and brutal. Mrs. Brooks peeked out from the kitchen, towel in hand. Mr. Brooks hit mute on the remote. Derek chuckled nervously. "She's not my girlfriend, just a girl I hang out with sometimes. She got too attached. Now she's making stuff up." That's when I pulled out my phone, calmly. I knew he'd say that. I planned for it. 9 months worth of messages, photos of us together, hotel booking confirmation from our beach trip, a birthday card that read, "To my beautiful girlfriend," in his handwriting. But the real kicker? The silver necklace he gave me on our 6-month anniversary. I wore it in every photo, including the one at their wedding. Melissa snatched my phone and began scrolling. With each swipe, her expression hardened. She passed it to her mom, whose face turned pale as she read. "Explain this, Derek," Melissa said tightly, and that's when the lies started. Those texts? Could be anyone. She probably renamed the contact. The photos mean nothing. We were just friends. Okay, we hooked up, maybe, but she's obsessed, unstable. Every excuse he gave made his family's faces sink deeper in disgust. Mrs. Brooks gasped, hand over her mouth, when he called me crazy. Melissa snapped. "What about the gift? The Japan trip? The tea ceremony? Was that from you? Or her?" Derek hesitated. What about it?" "Did you create it, or did she?" Melissa pressed. His eyes darted. Gift box, me, then Melissa. I could see him scrambling for a way out. "It was a joint thing. My idea. She just helped a little." Tyler let out a sharp laugh. "Seriously, man, give it up." That's when Mr. Brooks's voice cut through. "Derek, did you lock this young woman in your car during the wedding?" It was so direct, so clean, Derek had nowhere to hide. Derek's shoulders sagged. "It's not what it looks like, Alyssa was around and I didn't want—" His words died. He knew there was no good excuse. Silence. Deep and devastating. Mrs. Brooks moved first. She took my hands in hers and said, "I'm so sorry." She apologized for her son, for all of it. I started crying. She did too. Melissa's eyes brimmed next. Mr. Brooks said something low in Spanish. I didn't need to know the words. The disappointment was loud enough. It was disappointment wrapped in disgust. Derek snapped, voice rising, finger stabbing the air toward me, like I was the one who ruined everything. Mr. Brooks stood and said quietly, "You need to go. Now. Not tonight. Not under my roof." Derek blinked, stunned. "You're kicking me out because of her?" he asked. Melissa stepped between them. "Not because of her," she said. "Because of you." The tension was so thick I started gathering my things. As I reached for my bag, Mrs. Brooks gently touched my arm. "Would you stay for dinner?" she asked softly. "We'd really like to get to know the real you." So I stayed. For dinner. Without Derek. It was awkward at first, but surprisingly wonderful. Melissa and Tyler were incredibly kind. They were fascinated by the tea ceremony and kept asking questions. Mr. and Mrs. Brooks were warm once the awkwardness faded. Derek spammed my phone the whole time. I turned it off. After dinner, Melissa hugged me. "Thank you for having the guts to speak up," she said. She admitted she'd seen shifts in Derek. More secretive, more arrogant. She just never thought her brother could be this cruel. I got home at 10 p.m. to 27 missed calls and 41 texts. It started with rage. "How could you go to them?" Then panic. What did you say? Then begging, please, call me. This is a huge misunderstanding. And then, they won't let me come back. This morning, I had a voicemail from an unknown number. It was Alyssa, the infamous ex-bridesmaid. Apparently, Derek showed up at her place last night. She slammed the door in his face. She apologized for what happened at the wedding. She didn't know he had a girlfriend. Said she felt sick about the flirting. Apparently, he ended up at the train station after she kicked him out. She said he's been sending dramatic selfies from the station all night. I'm not replying to anyone right now. I just need time to breathe. Melissa invited me for coffee next week. She said she wants to thank me properly and swap stories about her brother. I think I will. Derek? Karma caught his train. So, remember those 41 voicemails? I finally listened to them. All of them. And wow. Just wow. It was like attending a TED Talk on emotional manipulation. Voicemails 1 to 5. Pure, unfiltered rage. Every insult immolissable, claims I ruined his life, threats to make me pay. Voicemails 6 to 12. Cue the victim routine. Full-on sobbing. Family betrayal. Slept at a train station. Cue the violins. Voicemails 13 to 20. Rewriting the narrative. Now I'm suddenly the love of his life. I never meant to hurt you. Classic. Locking me in the car. Big misunderstanding. Voicemails 21 to 30. Let's make a deal. Promises, promises. He'll make things right. I'll introduce you to the family. For real this time. I'll pay you back for the gift. Sure, Derek. Voicemails 31 to 41. Full desperation mode. Tears again. I have nowhere to go. Please. Final voicemail. 2 minutes of breathing and sniffles. I didn't reply. Not one word. Instead, I grabbed coffee with Melissa. She was even more awesome in jeans and a hoodie. Turns out, we clicked. Besides sharing a history with her disaster of a brother, we talked for hours. She gave me the full family update. Derek's been cut off. Not just the money. Though yeah, that's gone too. Apparently, his parents had still been covering his rent, even though he works in tech and earns just fine. But emotionally, his dad laid it out. No change, no family. He even tried to sneak into Sunday dinner last week. But his mom turned him away at the door. Apparently, she even said something poetic about reaping what you sow. Melissa says he's been spinning stories that I'm manipulative and unstable. No one's buying it. The wedding gift story? Now it's a full-blown family legend. Melissa made sure everyone knows the truth. Derek had always been the golden boy. Untouchable. Never wrong. Apparently, my visit was the first time his parents saw the truth. Undeniable evidence of who he really is. That realization wrecked them. Funny twist. Alyssa and I have been texting. Turns out Derek was spinning an entirely different story at the wedding. Said I was a clingy coworker who forced my way into the wedding. She feels awful about all of it. As for me, I'm doing well. Better than I thought I would. Sure, there were moments of sadness and doubt. 9 months is still a real chunk of time, even if it was with someone pretending to be something he wasn't. But mostly, I feel free. Like I dodged a slow, silent disaster. Like I narrowly escaped a future that would have broken me in pieces. Yesterday, a package arrived from Melissa and Tyler, a hand-bound journal with a note. To our new friend who helped us see the truth. Eyes ahead, always. I cried for an hour, happy tears this time. Derek finally stopped calling 3 days ago. Melissa said he's crashing with some gaming friend now. Apparently, he's telling people he dumped me because I was clingy. Classic ego defense. One final gasp before fading out. Melissa and Tyler insisted on reimbursing me for the gifts. We compromised. They're covering half, and I'm joining them in Kyoto for the tea ceremony as their guest. They've postponed the Japan trip to next spring. Finances? Yeah, the double gift hit my savings hard. But I've picked up freelance gigs. Should be back on track in a few months. Worth every penny for Derek's expression when he saw me that night. Home update. I changed the locks, even though he never had a key, just being safe. Also added a security camera. No signs of him around. Dating? Huh? Not right now. My heart needs a full reset. Last night I sat on my balcony, journal in hand, and wrote it all down. I realized we often fall for who we hope someone is, not who they truly are. The version of someone we carry in our minds outlives the reality, long after they've changed or revealed themselves. Relationships can trick you like that. Sometimes we hold on to a ghost, not a person, and we don't even realize it. I'm not rushing into anything right now. For now, I'm content to focus on myself, to feel stronger and more aware. And I know now, even when it all falls apart, there's always a way forward.